So in today's video, I'm going to be previewing Bradford City versus Colchester United, and then in the second part of today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys my Game Week 2 League 2 score predictions. If you do go on to enjoy, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 80 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know what your starting 11 be for this one and what are your score predictions as well, not just for the Bradford City game, for all of the League 2 games. It's obviously nice to be back at Valley Parade. I think 6 of our opening 8 matches, including the cup competitions, are away from home, so it is nice to get a match in at Valley Parade, obviously against Colchester, who haven't played a league fixture yet. Their opening game against Swindon was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch in August, which was absolutely crazy. In midweek, I believe they had defeat on penalties against the Championship outfit as well in the Carabao Cup. Now normally we do start slow and there are no real easy games in this league, so it is going to be another tough test for us. Fingers crossed we can pick up our first 3 points of the season. Make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's get into it. Channel memberships are now cheaper than ever, with tier 1 costing just 99p. Tier 2 has been reduced from £3.99 a month down to £1.99 a month, and tier 3 has been reduced from £8.99 a month down to just £4.99 a month. Your support as always is massively appreciated, and the more members that we have, the better the content will be. Enjoy the rest of the video. If we start out then with the current Sky Bet League 2 table, my team Bradford City, we currently sit 18th in the table. After one game, we've got no wins, no draws, 1 defeat, 0 goals scored, 1 goal conceded, which leaves us on a -1 goal difference and 0 points. Our last couple of matches then was a defeat. In terms of them last couple of matches then, we had a 1-1 draw away at Accrington Stanley in the first round of the Carabao Cup, winning 4-1 on penalties, and then our opening game of the season was a 1-0 defeat away at Crawley Town. Daniel Oyegoke was sent off in that match, but it was a second yellow card, so he was suspended for the midweek game, so he will now be back available for this one against Colchester United. In terms of Colchester then, they currently sit 14th in the table. After no games played, they've got no wins, no draws, no defeats, no goals scored, no goals conceded, 0 goal difference, and 0 points. Yes, you guessed that one absolutely correct. Like I said, in midweek, they had a 2-2 draw away at Cardiff, losing 3-0 on penalties, with John Akinde and Joe Taylor scoring the goals for Colchester. They were 2-0 down in that game, managed to crawl it back at 2-2-2, with Samson Tavide sent off in the 89th minute, so I believe that means he will be banned for this game, which is a big loss for them, because I think he is one of their better players, certainly going forward, but Joe Taylor scoring for Colchester, I'm a big fan of him. I believe he's on loan from Luton after signing originally for Peterborough. I want to say I think he's a brilliant player, to be honest. Cardiff absolutely dominated this game though. 61% possession, 22 shots, 88% pass accuracy, nearly 600 passes attempted. I think Cardiff were clearly the better side overall. Colchester did well to claw it back 2-2-2, but they did obviously lose on penalties. And then obviously, like I mentioned earlier, their opening game of the season at home to Swindon was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Now we're going to get into the team then that I would go with if I was Mark Hughes. So over the last couple of matches then, we have been playing a 3-4-3 formation because we didn't really have another striker available to partner Andy Cook. I'm going to go with the 3-1-4-2 formation we were playing at the start of pre-season, with the holding midfielder, obviously your 2 wing-backs, your 2 more number 8s, advanced midfielders, and your 2 strikers. In goal, I've gone with Harry Lewis. I thought it was a really good performance from Lewis on Tuesday night against Accrington, made 3 or 4 really good saves, and I think we saw a little bit more from Harry Lewis in the Accrington game than we did against Crawley. He was under a little bit more pressure. He can't really do anything about the goal. He gets a hand to it, but it's a brilliant header, to be fair, from Josh Andrews, and Lewis has to start in between the sticks for me. Into the back 3 then, on the right side, I would go with Matty Platt. It was great to see him get his first start of the season on Tuesday, and I thought he did very well. You know, Accrington have got some big physical players, and I thought he dealt with them very well on his side. Yes, he does sometimes lack a little bit of pace, and when Sean Woolley's running it in 1v1, it did make me feel a little bit nervous, but in terms of an actual defender, I think he's a really good defender at this level, so I'd start him on the right side. In the centre, I would go with Sam Stubbs, very similar to Matty Platt, pretty solid performance again, his first start of the season after missing the game against Crawley through injury. It was massive that he came back into the side, with obviously Ash Taylor being injured. He's going to be out for a number of weeks, I believe, according to Mark Hughes, but Stubbs for me, comfortably our best centre back, and when he's fit, he has to start even in a back 3. On the left side, I've gone with Timmy Odesina. Kieran Kelly Kelly again on Tuesday night, not a great performance. He just never really looks comfortable when he's got the ball. He's, again, very rash in his decision making, and I don't think that it helps that the wing-back's Liam Rideout, and when he's trying to play a ball down the line, he has to play it spot on, or Rideout is going to lose that ball. But Odesina, for me, was brilliant in pre-season, has that recovery pace, and it means we can have a wing-back push on further on the pitch, and because Odesina's got that recovery pace, he can then fill in at left-back, and it makes just move a lot better. I think he makes us tick a lot more, and he's better at playing out from the back, in my opinion, than Kieran Kelly. So I'd like to see Odesina get the start. More than likely, he won't even be in the squad this time, as I think there is only 7 subs in the league rather than 9 that we saw on Tuesday night in the Carabao Cup. But my personal back 3, I think for the large majority of this season, is going to be Platt, Stubbs and Odesina. As that holding midfielder then, I've gone with Richie Smallwood now. His first 2 appearances so far of the season have not been anything stand out, but that's not the type of player that he is, and this formation suits him best, winning the ball back and distributing it to players who are much better going forward. He's not a midfielder who wants to pick up the ball, drive 30 yards, take on a couple of players and try wrap one in the top corner. That's not his game. He's a ball-winning midfielder. This formation suits him the best, and I think the skipper's got to be in that holding midfield role. Starting out then with our right wing back, I'm going to go with Brad Halliday. Now, obviously, Daniel Oyegoke is back and available from suspension, and a lot of people will go with Oyegoke, but my problem with Oyegoke is when we are defending, he's light and day between Brad Halliday. Halliday is comfortably the better defender. Going forward, Oyegoke might be better, but I'm yet to see a consistent 90-minute performance from Oyegoke where he is really, really good. Now, he's shown some good glimpses and good flashes, but like what I've mentioned previously, he just sometimes makes some really, really stupid decisions, like doing Cruyff turns in his own penalty area, just crazy stuff like that. And I think in a league game at Valley Parade, when it's the first game, you don't want the fans to be on your back straight away. And we've seen previously with Mark Hughes, if a player gets suspended and someone else then takes that opportunity, he finds them very, very hard to drop them, like we saw with Critchlow last season when he got injured. Stubbs and Platt were playing, and Platt couldn't get back into the team, then Platt got sent off, and then when Critchlow came back in, Platt then couldn't get back into the side. So I believe he probably will go with Brad Halliday, in my opinion. And Halliday has been solid in the first 2 games. Nothing really stand out, but nothing to say that he deserves to be dropped, in my opinion. And I know some people might disagree with that, but I'm going to stick with Brad Halliday. Into the 2 central midfielders then. Firstly, I'm going to go with Alex Patterson. I thought it was his best performance in a Bradford City shirt on Tuesday night against Accrington. I thought we saw with the best of Alex Patterson. Scored a brilliant goal as well, but it wasn't just that. He picks up the ball so well, and he drives forward with the ball so comfortably. He loves getting stuck into a tackle. He's very fast as well. You know, he's not the tallest. His strides are quite small, but he's very, very fast. Carries the ball so well. I thought it was a brilliant performance from Patterson on Tuesday night, and we hope that he can continue that into Saturday's game. And next to him, I've gone with Jamie Walker. Now, the Jamie Walker that we saw on Tuesday was very similar to the Walker that we saw in the second half of last season. Not really doing much, pretty anonymous in the game. While I thought he was very good in the first half against Crawley, since then I've not really seen all too much from Jamie Walker. So fingers crossed he can step it up again. If he doesn't, and then he continues to just be a little bit anonymous, I can maybe see him slipping out of the side, in my opinion. But for now, I'm keeping him in there next to Alex Patterson. And over at left wing back, I've gone with Clark Ador. Now, for me personally, Clark Ador was the best player on the pitch against Crawley. He was solid on Tuesday night. I don't think he was anything too good, but he provided a decent threat. And I think since the competitive matches have started, we've seen the best of Clark Ador. Now, I know it's not his natural position, but he can play more as a left winger rather than a left wing back if you go with Odesina, because Odesina is more than comfortable to play as like a makeshift left back, like what Man City do, where they play centre backs at full back, because it does work. Now, I'm not saying Odesina is Nathan Ake-esque, but if you want to have Clark Ador to have that freedom going forward, which is his best position, and he doesn't really fit into any other position on the pitch in this formation, then I feel like you've got to have him in there, in my opinion, with how good he has been over the last couple of matches. Again, I know it's not his natural position, he doesn't want to play there, but if he wants to push on a little bit more, we've got that recovery pace then in Odesina, and Smallwood could even slot in. Halliday can be tuck around and be a bit more defensive. Like, we don't necessarily have to play a flat back 5, especially at home, in my opinion. And as my 2 strikers then, firstly I've gone with Andy Cook. Got his first assist of the season on Tuesday night, and while he's not really had too much service, I can't really think of any clear-cut chances that he's had so far in the first 2 matches. His general play has been pretty decent. Obviously took a nasty head whack on Tuesday. He's got a couple stitches, but he's going to be fit and available for this game. The same with obviously Sam Stubbs. You know, they've got some stitches, got a pretty big cut, they had to wear the headband band, the bandage thing on Tuesday night, and if Andy Cook's fit, Andy Cook has to play, especially at this moment in time with Oliver going to be out for still a number of weeks, probably about another 6 or 7 weeks before he's even back in contention. So Andy Cook has to start, and I've partnered him with Tyler Smith. I think Smith's impact off the bench against Crawley was limited, and obviously only got about 30 seconds on Tuesday against Accrington, but he's clearly been brought in as a star player. You know, gave him a 3-year contract, so we clearly see a player in there. I'm yet to really see anything from Tyler Smith, so hopefully if he does get the nod in this one, he certainly does show that. Now, we could go with a 3-4-3. You maybe drop someone like a Walker or a Patterson out of the squad, and you go with Smith as one of the number 10s potentially, but I think this is the formation that would suit all of these players the best, in my opinion. On the bench then, I've gone with Colin Doyle, Luke Hendry, because he can cover every position in the back three, or he can play either side at wing back. Played left wing back on Tuesday night. He played right wing back against Bury, he played right sided centre half against Rochdale, and I think it was Middlesbrough as well. So he's very versatile, Hendry. Then if you have one player cover 5 positions, why would you not have them on the bench, in my opinion? Also on there would be Ryan East, Kevin McDonald, Emmanuel Sidibe, Bobby Poynton as our homegrown players. Obviously we do need one of them this season, and we don't really have many attacking options available as of right now. And also Matt Derbyshire. The players currently unavailable are Ash Taylor with some Achilles inflammation. He's going to be a few weeks before he's back, and obviously the long-term injuries to Harry Chapman and Verden Oliver, which means the players missing out just through selection would be Heath Richardson, Daniel Oyegoke, Harvey Rowe, Kieran Kelly, Liam Rydal, Alex Gilead, and Dylan Young. But it's very hard to have players not included in the squad now. More than likely, Mark Hughes is going to start, Rydal, Gilead's going to be in and around the squad, Oyegoke I think will be in there, Kelly will probably start, but it's just my opinion at the end of the day. I'm sure you will disagree, and if you do, get your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Before we get into my Game Week 2 League 2 score predictions, make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into them. Starting out then with AFC Wimbledon versus Wrexham AFC. I'm going to go the 2-1 away win for Wrexham. I think they'll finally get back to winning ways and pick up their first 3 points of the season. Barrow AFC versus Sutton United. I'm going to go with a high scoring 3-2 away win for Sutton. Bradford City versus Colchester United. I'm going to back the boys to get their first 3 points of the season with a 2-1 home win, although traditionally we don't have a great record against Colchester United, especially in recent years. Gillingham FC versus Accrington Stanley. I think it'll be a pretty comfortable 3-1 home win for the Gills. Harrogate Town versus Forest Green Rovers. I'm going to go with a 2-1 home win for Harrogate. MK Dons versus Tranmere Rovers. I think MK Dons are going to absolutely batter Tranmere 4-1. Mansfield Town versus Morecambe FC. Morecambe obviously getting a late winner in their opening game against Walsall. Mansfield picking up a 2-2 draw against Crewe, but I think the Stags are going to absolutely batter the Shrimps 5-1 in this one. Newport County versus Doncaster Rovers. I think Grant McCann's side are going to pick up their first 3 points of the season with a 2-1 away win. Notts County versus Grimsby Town. Obviously Notts County had a nightmare start to the season with their keeper sent off, losing 5-1, but I'm going to back them for a 2-1 home win. Salford City versus Crawley Town. I think it'll be a very comfortable 3-0 home win for Salford. Swindon Town versus Crewe Alexandra. I think it'll be a very comfortable 2-0 home win for Swindon. And finally, Walsall FC versus Stockport County. I think will be a 3-1 away win for Stockport. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could, try to 80 likes. As I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know your score prediction and what would your starting 11 be for this one. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all later tonight for the combined 11. Peace.